I've had a few questions on the channel recently about my Evolve Carbon GT skateboard. If I still use it, if it's still working, and if I'm still enjoying it. And the answer is yes. I'm not sure, it's probably going to be quite windy because it's windy today, but I'm still using it, I'm still loving it. Always use the R2 remote because I really do prefer it a lot better than the old one. I go everywhere in GT mode. It's a lot easier with this remote to kind of throttle the power, so I was using GT mode all the time. The only issue I have with the board, I've already bought the part, just haven't got around to fitting it, is on the motor there's like, I can't remember the name of the part, I put a little note in it. That needs to be replaced because it's a little bit loose, so I get like a strange little mark on it. But I still use it, not so much in the winter because I can't really be bothered to put the AT wheels on that often, so I just leave these the ABEX on all the time, and I use it when I pop to the cash machine, or like right now I'm popping to Pershore Deli to get myself a sandwich for lunch. Okay, so I've obviously jinxed it, decided to do this video. So riding along, everything was fine, had some cars behind me, so I was just kind of pulling over a little bit, and the R2 remote vibrated, which normally means the battery's low or it's changed mode, and so now it's dropped into eco mode, and I can only go from eco to slow. I can't go to fast or GT mode, and the remote's fully charged and the board's fully charged, so I'm not quite sure why that's happening. I'm just gonna have a look, see what the situation is with the battery. As you can see there, it says battery maintenance, so I think you double click and then single click the top button, we can go into see the cell status, but see if I can get this working. Okay, so here we are. Well, this is going to show up now. So this is the cells. There's 10 cells, but we see the cell 2 is lower than the rest of them by 100 millivolts or whatever it is, microvolts, I don't know. So I guess that means it's not balancing properly. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough energy to get to where I'm going, or if I'm going to get back. And also there's a lot of hills on the way back, and so you really want faster GT's mode for getting up the hills. So I'll have to limp in eco mode and see if I get back. Right, so I made it to the deli. Eco mode is mega slow, but I turned it off and turned it back on again, and we're going up this hill and it's in GT mode, so I am happy again. Well, now it's vibrating again and it's in eco, so now I'm struggling to get up this hill. That's a bit crap. That's this car. Oh man, it's so slow. It's not even a big hill, this one. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what's wrong with it. 9 mile an hour. Ugh. I think I might need a pee just so I get back quicker, but yeah. Not good. So I had the board up 2.5 years and I haven't had any problems with it till now. But yeah, as I was saying, 2.5 years, it's been fabulous. But I don't know if you saw on there, only 46 charge cycles, and obviously it's out of warranty now, because you only have a year's warranty. But 46 charge cycles isn't much, is it? I don't do loads of miles on it, so I need to charge it like once a week or so. But yeah, it's supposed to be like a 1,000 charge cycles or something. So when I get back, I'm going to ring Evolve, see what they say, and then check back in on the video. So I'm back now. That noise there, that's the noise of the it's not a problem with the motor, it's like a drive gear on it. It has a little grub screw that goes into it. It doesn't hold it quite well because it's been a bit of movement over time, and that's the thing that makes that noise. Because if I take it off and do it up again, the noise goes away for a very short period of time, literally like less than a ride, then it comes back. That's what I need to replace. But I'm back, so let's hang up the board, gonna get my sandwich out, and I'm gonna ring Evolve and see what they say. Okay, so I'm back. I've spoken to Evolve and looked on the website. So as expected, the board and the battery only has a year's warranty. It does say that the battery should be expected to last for 1,000 charge cycles, but obviously I've only done 46, but the board is 2.5 years old, but we shall see. So they think it could be for some reason the charge isn't balancing. It's just the one cell that seems to be out. So I'm going to plug it in and leave it to charge for the rest of the day, maybe leave it overnight as well, then check it out, see if it's made any difference. They said I can return it to them, costs £20 to ship it there. They will then have a look and then tell me if they can replace a cell or whatever. I did ask them how much a new battery cost. They said it was like £360, which is a lot of money considering this board was like £2,000 or whatever it was that time ago. But I have to check with the I don't know if it's a UK or EU Consumer Act in terms of about fit for purpose, because 2.5 years old or not, 46 charge cycles is not 1,000. So I'll have a look online, see if other people have had similar problems, and I can also take the battery out myself because it's out of warranty anyway, right? So and then see if there's any balance leads on it, and I can use my LiPo chargers to see if I can balance it. So this is supposed to be a video about how happy I was with it, and now it's turned into a little kind of battery maintenance one. So I'll pause this video now, or maybe I'll just I'll end the video and then I will come back with a part 2 in terms of what happens with the battery. Okay, so it's been about 30 hours-ish, I guess, since the problem with the board. So I left it on to charge and then left it on longer and longer to hopefully balance the cells out. Turned it on, went for a ride, started off quite good, and the same thing again, the remote buzzed and it drops me into eco mode. It's got this battery maintenance thing. It definitely looks like cell 2 has the problem. So I've opened it up. This is what we can see inside. So this is the battery pack. You see it's it's stuck down. It was normally kind of in there. I guess I'm assuming that in here, this thing in here is the battery management stuff. So it's a JST connector there and a Dean's connector there. There's no balance lead, so I guess that's because obviously all the balancing is supposed to happen in the BMS there, Again, I assume that's a BMS because this, to me, is probably the controller for the motors and everything. So yeah, I think I'm pretty screwed really. I don't think there's much that I can do other than send it off and see what they say. But it's actually quite interesting. I mean, the battery does weigh quite a lot. Without the battery in, obviously you've got the weight of the motors there, but the board is pretty light. I guess it should be carbon fibre, but this could all do a bit of a clean in here. But yeah, so this kind of sucks. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going to, well, what I'm going to do in terms of sending it back. So ideally they wanted me to send the whole board back. I don't have the box anymore. When I was having my, trying to clear out, I got rid of the box because yeah, I didn't plan to sell it or anything. And so I don't have a box that's big enough to send it back in. So I need to find some kind of padding or protective packing to send the battery in to make sure it's safe in transit. But yeah, man, this kind of sucks. I've always done a really good job of looking after the board and the battery and everything. So, like I say, I feel like it must just be a duff battery, mustn't it? After 46 cycles. So, go a quick look on the forums, see if there's anything that I can maybe do before having to send it back. Yeah, and see what happens. Okay, so I can't quite remember where we finished off with the last video. It's taken a while since identifying this battery problem to then sending it back to Evolve. All my fault because I couldn't find a box that was the right size to send the battery back in. Then they got the battery back and did their diagnostic stuff. What they basically told me was that one cell had failed, which was the C2 cell, which I knew about. Another cell was quite puffy, and I could pay, I think it was £146 or something to have those two cells replaced. I wasn't ready to do that right then because at the same time as kind of recording this video, I had a problem with my Lotus Evora engine, so I had to kind of wait to see how much that was going to cost before I could make a decision about getting the board working again. Those things have been resolved, so I contacted them to say I want to go ahead with that cell replacement to get things as good as new. And then I had a conversation with Matt, who works there. I spoke about a couple of things. One is him trying to basically clarify to me that things might necessarily be as good as new. So they couldn't obviously say that in a month's time some more cells might fail, because obviously the cells are still 12 months old. The ones that hadn't, over 12 months old, hadn't been replaced. So I was a bit kind of concerned that I'd pay £146 and then maybe in a month's time another cell fails and I'm back in this situation where again I've got to send it back to them, pay another £146, so I'm up to £300, and then again. Or I could just buy a whole brand new pack for £360, which would have 12 months warranty. So in the end I've decided to do that. So in here should be my old pack that I can do with whatever I want, as well as the new pack and new BMS that will have full 12 months warranty and get this working again. In the process of this process also, the new Evolve GTR has come out. It has newer, better battery technology, so kind of pretty much eliminated any of the sag and stuff, but that doesn't transfer over to this board. There are quite a few people online that do aftermarket batteries that can go in here. It's a similar price, around £360, £380, £380, but again there's no warranty on it. So I decided to go with the Evolve battery just for the peace of mind, another 12 months, hopefully hassle-free riding. And the other thing that I spoke to them about is with my my quadcopters and drones, when I'm not using those batteries, I put them in a storage mode to make sure that the batteries last longer. Obviously there's no option with the charger on the Evolve to put it into storage mode because I don't use it every single week. I spoke to them a little bit about what can I do because it's not storage mode. So they just basically recommended when I'm not using the board for multiple days or weeks to kind of leave the board in like a 50% state of charge, and the battery should hopefully be happier and hopefully I get a bit more longevity out of it. So I'm going to pop open this now, see what's inside, put the new battery in, and then hopefully everything's up and running. And the only thing I need to do, which I do a separate video on, is need to change one of these. Can't remember what it's called now. One of the cogs on the motors where I get a bit of slippage. So let's see what we've got. I've not opened this yet, so I'm hoping that it's all going to be as I expected. I use just annoyingly good wrapping around bubble wrap, which is super sticky. It also means it's quite difficult to get stuff out of here sometimes. So there we are. Brand new Evolve battery for my Carbon GT. Let's pop open the my old box and see what it looks like in there based on what they did or didn't do to it. There it is. So this is my old battery and the new one. It's got a slightly neater interconnect on the end actually. So there we go. I'm going to pop it in here and hopefully everything works according to plan and we'll be good to go. I'll take it out for a quick test ride and see it's not just dropping into slow mode and battery failure doom. I'm assuming that the thing's been charged a little bit, so we'll see. Okay, so I've got the new battery in. Just plug everything in, it just works straight away. So time to take off a ride if it's not started raining again, and just confirm everything's working okay, but it seems pretty good. The strange noise you hear then is again just I've got to change that part of the drive unit and it should stop making that noise. So I'll do a quick test ride and then wrap up with the conclusionary thoughts about this whole process. Right, no footage of actual ride because it's so dark outside now. I just went for a few laps around the block, but it seems to be working really well. Great to have the board working again, and so next job is for me to kind of fix that wobbly cog noise so it's all sounding super smooth again. But I'll do a video on that because it might be helpful for you guys that have a similar problem. So yeah, the Carbon GT is back in operation and I'm happy. Just a shame again, like I said, that I had to replace the battery, but these things happen, I guess. Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.